Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for Channel Disturbance. This is a Hummel. It's a Tier 6 German SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Malinovka, and it's under the command of Angelina 75. Well, the gun that Hummel has is the stock gun, short and stubby, but it also happens to be the top gun on the Gorilla. And that means it's got a very good arc of fire, which means it can get very accurate shots. And well, Angelina's taking him up to a position where she can get good shots on the enemy. She's gone straight for the spotting bush. Good, because there's normally somebody at home here, because most people follow the meta. And she's dialed in, ready to go. Rounds out. If there's somebody here, and there is! There was no explosion, so one of the enemy light tanks has gone into that bush and has now been hit by an Arty round, which can do 540 alpha, penetrating 38mm of armor and a burst radius of 7 meters. So if he stays in the bush, he's more than likely going to get taken out with this round. But oh, she decides instead she's going to go after that T-3485. Now, what's she going to do now? She's going to fire for the. She's going to fire on the lookout at F7. But keeps changing her mind of next target. She's aiming for this bush, thinking that the enemy may have moved forward, but nope, there's nobody there. I would have fired back at the same bush again, because normally people are creatures of habit and they stay in the same bush. And if he'd actually fired another round in there, I think she would have rather found an enemy tank sitting there. But there's normally somebody up here. She's almost loaded. She's dialed in. There is an enemy there. In fact, it's an SU-130PM. She fires around in and direct hit for 544. Now, the SU-130PM does have very, very weak armor, and that shell looks as if it penetrated the tank destroyer. This is a Tier 8 game, by the way. Forgot to mention that, but it's a Tier 6 Arty and a Tier 8 game, and well, that means she's got the potential to earn a lot more XP. Okay, some enemy tanks going up the hill. T-26E5. She didn't fire. She waited until he was near stationary. And in fact, she's found a couple of enemy tanks moving up the hill. One Tier 6 and one Tier 7. She's lined up, rounds out, and that must have been landed right next door to the KV-2. Now, because she's using the stock gun, she is going to have to get slightly closer to the enemy in order to hit them. But she's decided instead to stay behind the tree line because she doesn't want to get spotted by the enemy Arty. Because the enemy Arties are an S51, an SU-14-1 and an M44, and they can all hit her with their standard gun. Okay, there's that SU-130PM, and he's very low on hit points now. She's... oh, and there he goes. He was taken out. So, KV-5 not showing any damage yet. Rounds out. And she gets a critical hit on him. The shell actually impacted on the front of the vehicle, but didn't actually do any damage, just knocked the tracks off. The other good thing about the stock gun on the Hummel is it's got a faster reload. Rounds out. This should do damage, and it does. 157. She's staying with these guys. She's aiming specifically for the booby on the KV-5, which is actually the weak spot. If she can hit that, she will do maximum damage. She might even penetrate him. But he moves forward and avoids that shell, only gets stunned. Rounds out. Oh, that one hit the back of the vehicle, but it didn't penetrate the armor. Instead, she's going after the King Tiger captured this time. She's lined up nicely. Rounds out. Good direct hit, but only 30 hit points. It hit the front plate where the armor's strongest. Now back here she's got a Super Hellcat, which has got extremely light armor and an open cockpit, but instead, because she loses sight of him, she's going for the KB2 instead. Rounds out. And 101. It's all adding up. She's doing more and more damage. Spreading the Arty love around. That's it. Spreading the HE to hit as many of the enemy as she can. And that Hellcat is determined to go into the woods. And he's found the M12. And the Hellcat's been killed because he rammed the M12. Okay, we've got a Bulldog there. And the Super Hellcat here. The Super Hellcat looks a much better target. Dialed in. Rounds out. Direct hit for 277. Nice direct hit there on King Tiger captured. Over 1,000 hit points of damage so far. And that M41 Bulldog is, well, sitting behind the lookout at F7. He's decided to sit on the ridgeline, shooting up the hill now. Angelina's lining him up, rounds out, and oh, it lands behind him. Well, the enemy tank that was actually on there has pulled back. There's the King Tiger captured. And he's dead. Okay, we're going off that Super Hellcat again. He's just took some fire. He is, I think, a one-shot now. If she can get around in the right place. He's pulling back. She fires the round in. And he's already dead. So there's only 5 enemies remaining now. A light tank, a tank destroyer, and 3 Artys. So she's going to have to get a bit closer to get shots on some of them. She can probably hit that M41. She's loaded but dialing in. Yeah, she thinks something's in that bush there. No, I don't think there is. I have the feeling she thinks it was a Hellcat, or there is a Hellcat still on the enemy team. Oh, Tracer. We just saw where one of the enemy Artys are. And I think that was the M44. The Comet will see him any second. And in fact, there's the M14. Rounds out. Direct hit. Wipes him out for 207. First kill for Angelina. Changing position. Getting closer. Oh, she was seen. She's pulling back. Somebody spotted her. She might be right about that that Hellcat being relatively close, because she went into that bush. When she knocked the tree down, all of a sudden she was spotted. So he might be lakeside. Might be near the lake. Yeah, she thinks he's somewhere in those bushes. That one fell short. It now would be the time to actually indicate where she thinks that the enemy RT will be, or the enemy tank destroyer rather, by hitting it with her T key, because that might actually tell her teammates where she suspects the enemy might be. And then they might fire on that bush. That's good. She's doing it now. Mark the spot. She's got only 5 rounds left. He's not in that bush. Try the spotting bush. He may be the tank that she hit the first time round. If she gets the kill, that will win the game. Oh, he is there. He was there. She was right about there being somebody down there, but she just picked the wrong spot. And the Hellcat is killed. I think he's been there all the time. I think he's been there right from the start of the battle. He was the one that she hit early on. And we'll find that out in the results any second now. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's the second class tanker for Angelina 75 in the Hummel. She managed to get a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 11. She got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. Did she hit the Hellcat? Yes, she did. There you go. 246 hit points of damage on that Hellcat. That was the one she did right at the start of the game. And he was still there. He stayed there for the entire battle and didn't move up the hill at all. And if she fired another round in, she probably would have got the kill on him during that game. So there you go. 2,762 was the win rate from that game. So let's have a look at the damage. The highest damage was actually done by the Lerva, who managed to get 2,271 hit points of damage, and the second highest scorer was the King Tiger, captured on the enemy team with 1,805, and after that it was Angelina with the Hummel on 1,720. The Comet managed to get a patrol duty for spotting quite a few of the enemy. When it came to kills, it was the Comet this time. 4 kills for him, 3 kills for the Lerva, 2 kills for the S-51, the T-26E5 and the Bulldog on the enemy team. Only 1 kill for Angelina. And when it came to base XP, it was the Comet managed to get 1,273, the only player who managed to get over 1,000 base, 906 for the Lerva, 756 for Angelina 75. She fired 19 rounds, got 9 direct hits, 2 penetrations. In fact, actually, she only had 1 round of ammunition left at the end of that game. 10 splash, damage of 1,720 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. She damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, so she only just qualified for the Confederate, but she did get 372 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. On a premium count, she earned 42,428 credits, got 21,214 from personal reserves, so her total was 63,641 credits. And after ammunition resupply, she took away 54,046 credits. She picked up 1 bomb for getting a Confederate, and 1,134 XP times 4 for the first victory, 2,268 for mission completion, took away 6,804 experience points altogether. So she says, sharing the Arty love around. Yes, whenever you're getting a Confederate medal, you are hitting more of the enemy, and obviously you're giving as much attention to all of the enemy team as you can to deplete them of the hit points, so it makes it much easier for your teammates to get the kills they need, especially the tank drivers. And I feel that, you know, if you get a Confederate medal, you've done your job in supporting your other tank drivers by enabling them to win the battle by killing the enemy. I think it's a very important role for Arty to do, and I think Wargaming does too. That's why they gave us stun assist, to try and stun the enemy and allow us to pick up the stun assist points and contribute to the battle. If you enjoyed that replay, please give our this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.